Welcome back. It is Friday, and that means Trish Rout with Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers is here to tell us who we should be on the lookout for this week.
Yeah, and Trish, we're starting off with somebody who has been arrested quite a few times here.
You know, it's frustrating, but here we are once again, another repeat offender. And we're starting off our list with that repeat offender who's been arrested not 10, not 20, but a disheartening 48 times before. Detectives are back on the hunt for Desi Crawford, wanted for violating probation on a charge of fleeing and eluding officers. Deputies say they spotted Crawford rolling a stop sign at a very busy intersection. When they attempted to pull him over, which was very clear and distinct with the lights and sirens, Crawford chose to keep on going for another 2 miles before finally stopping at a local business. As it turns out, the 63-year-old was driving with an expired tag and a license that had been suspended indefinitely. After a couple weeks in lockup, Crawford was found guilty and placed on 36 months of probation, which he violated last week. Over the years, Crawford has racked up 48 bookings on 94 criminal charges to include battery, domestic violence, aggravated assault, grand theft, robbery, and the sale and delivery of cocaine, pot, and heroin. He's also been sent to prison 4 times. Crawford is 5'9", 170 pounds, and was last known to be living in central Fort Myers. He could be using the aliases of Coochie Crawford, Sporty Crawford, or Bernard Crawford in order to avoid his next arrest. Next up is a felon who has fine-tuned the art of stealing as a not-so-honorable career. A new warrant for the arrest of Hunter Kynard was issued last week after he failed to show backup in court following an arrest for petty theft. Detectives say the 34-year-old offender went to a local store, picked out an expensive PlayStation console, and went to the self-checkout register to pay. But instead of scanning the gaming unit, he ran up a small eraser instead, paid for it using an untraceable gift card, and then walked out the door. Upon a review of surveillance video, store security immediately recognized Kynard from previous thefts at the same exact store. He was arrested a few days later and charged with habitual petty theft with previous convictions for the same crime in 2015, 2018, and twice in 2021. He was released from jail with the promise of showing back up for court, for which he was a no-show. This Alabama native has 22 priors for battery, theft, drugs, stealing and stolen property, resisting, and aggravated battery on a pregnant victim. He is 6 foot, 160 pounds, and was last known to be living in North Fort Myers. Also on the run this week is a woman who is a very familiar face to local law enforcement officers. Detectives need your help tracking down Kate Mitchell, a frequent felon wanted on a bench warrant for failure to appear on charges of the possession of drugs and driving with a revoked license. Officers spotted Mitchell pulling it into an area known for narcotics activity. Knowing from previous recent encounters that she didn't have a valid license, they chose to have a conversation with her. That's when they discovered that she had a full complement of drugs on her, to include cocaine in the car, fentanyl in her phone case, and a straw with meth tucked in her bra. She spent 3 weeks in lockup, then was released pending her next court date, which she bailed on last week. Mitchell is a 32-time offender with a lengthy history of drugs, battery, domestic violence, grand theft auto, and fraud, among other crimes. She is known to gravitate to the central Fort Myers area, however, also has strong ties in Sarasota. Mitchell is 5'2", 130 pounds, and also has a second active warrant for failure to pay child support. And upon her arrest, Mitchell will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And rounding out this week's list is a grown woman accused of unlawful sexual activity with a minor. Cameron Hope Shirley was employed at a Charlotte County juvenile halfway house when accusations were made that she was engaged in extremely inappropriate, not to mention illegal, activities with a young boy at the facility. Despite being in a position of authority, Shirley is accused of abusing the trust and taking advantage of at least one young boy. When the accusations came to light and police were notified, Shirley took off and has been actively avoiding law enforcement ever since. This 28-year-old has connections in both Charlotte and Sarasota counties. However, friends and family have all been less than cooperative with detectives about where Shirley may be hiding. She is 5'4", 200 pounds, and has a tattoo of the name Brady on her chest and Kaylina and Naylina on her arms. And as always, if you recognize any of the fugitives we featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous and will be eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. And, you know, hopefully at some point with a few of these folks, a judge will finally say,
Yeah, wow.
Go to prison, stay there.
48 bookings for that first guy.
Yeah, we're talking nearly 100 between all 4 of these.
All right. Thanks for getting the word out.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Trish.